Hi, I'm Richard Bentley. This is Bodmin Road Church, and this is Seekers and Cynics, our weekly chat talk about various aspects of Christianity. Every week we're going to look at some of the questions that you might have that people ask and just try and help people to think about faith and how they can find faith. And today I want to look at the question which people sometimes say: why do Christians always go on about Jesus? Why? What is it? And it's a fair question. Why should it be that a first century rabbi of Judaism could have any possible relevance 2,000 years later to 21st century life in Great Britain? How could there possibly be some connection? That's what I want to try and answer, because that is a fair question. I think the key thing to understand is that Christianity is first and foremost all about a person. It is all about Jesus. It is all about a relationship with Jesus. And it's not primarily about either moral rules or religious rituals or theological ideas. There are some of those, yes there are, but they aren't the central thing in Christianity. They aren't the most important thing. They aren't what's at the core of it. The central thing in Christianity is a person. It is the person of Jesus Christ. Let me explain what I mean when I say that the central thing in Christianity is a person. You might say, isn't that true for every religion? Well, no, it's not really. Every religious leader offers people either a set of directions, moral directions, or some religious rituals and practices, or perhaps some philosophical ideas. But they wouldn't generally claim any special place for themselves. They would say, look, I'm just a signpost, and I'm pointing away from myself. This is the way, this is the truth, this is the path to life. That's what most religious leaders do. And the problem is then, of course, you discover that Muhammad points one way, and Buddha points another way, and Confucius points another way, and those signposts become conflicting. What is the way to live? The reason that Christians make so much focus on Jesus Christ is that he's different in the sense that he does actually claim a very unique and special place for himself. He doesn't say, this is the way, or this is the path to life, or here is some truth. He doesn't phrase it like that. He goes way beyond that. He says, I am the way. I am the truth. I am the life. In fact, in one famous verse in John chapter 14, he says exactly those three things. He says, I am the way, the truth, and the life, and no one comes to Father God except through me. Elsewhere he says, I am the bread of life. I am the light of the world. He's always talking about himself. And in fact, if you listen really carefully to what Jesus says, and you can do that because we've got eyewitness records in the Gospels that have not been tampered with, we've got eyewitness records. And if you look carefully at what he says, it's quite clear that he's making the claim to be God. God temporarily clothed in human flesh, yes, but God nevertheless. Now, that's quite a claim. It's quite an outrageous claim. And I'm not asking you just yet necessarily to believe that on the spot, because it is an outrageous claim, but I am just asking us to hear that. Just to hear that and to reflect upon it. And to realise that it's not the sort of thing that good, sane, religious leaders say at all. It's madness to claim to be God. It's blasphemy. And in fact, blasphemy, of course, is exactly what those first century religious leaders got him crucified for blasphemy. I say it's blasphemy, and it is. Unless, of course, it's true. And which, of course, is what Christians believe, that it is true, that he is God. And that's why Christians talk so much and focus on the person of Jesus, and not on some set of morals or rituals or ideas. Christianity is offering us not primarily a moral rule book or a theological textbook with big words or a religious service book with some rituals in it. It's offering as a person. It's offering as a supernatural connection with Jesus, a relationship with God, a friendship with God through Jesus Christ. And that's possible, the Bible teaches, because on the cross, Jesus deliberately chose to sacrifice himself as a sacrifice, to take away our guilt, to pay the fine, if you like, so that we can be at peace with God and forgiven. And more than that, the Bible teaches that he then rose again from the dead, that he's alive and he's able to connect with us. In fact, this Jesus Christianity teaches comes now supernaturally and knocks on the door of our hearts, each one of us. And he says, if you'll let me in, if you'll just open the door and put your faith in me, I will bring all with me, all those things that you can't do for yourself, that no rule book, that no ritual can do for you. Forgiveness, peace, holiness, joy, a connection with God. We can't work those things up for ourselves, but Jesus brings them in with him when we open the door. Listen, he says, I stand at the door and knock, and if anyone opens the door, I will come in. Those are some words of Jesus in the book of Revelation. And that's why Christians talk so much about Jesus, because he's offering us that supernatural connection with God. You know, if Christianity was just a set of rules, I would have given up a long time ago, just like I frequently give up the exercise program and the diet that I'm supposed to keep and all of that. You know, we can't do it on our own, can we? But Christianity is not that primarily. It offers us a connection through Jesus with the God who loves us and a day-to-day walk in friendship with him. And that is something radically different and wonderful. And that's why Christians go on about Jesus.